Hi everybody and welcome back. I'm so glad that you are back. Today we're going to be talking about dewy products. I have very dry skin and I think that these products are a dry skin girl's best friend. I don't know if I said that right, so let's make up. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about dewy products that I think are just a girl's best friend if that girl has dry skin like me. I have really dry skin and yes, I think these products are very good. And we don't think about, like when we think about dry skin, we only think about, okay, a dewy foundation, a dewy primer, you know, but we don't think about like powder to set our face or to set our under eye. We don't think, for example, about maybe the bronzer that we use, the blush that we use, because, you know, how can a powder be dewy? And so let's talk about some of these things. Okay, I'm gonna start in the order that I do my face, and that way, you know, I don't get all lost. Okay, first of all, I think that one of the best dewy primers out there is the Hydra Touch by NYX. I have talked about this on my channel. I really love this primer. This primer is a little bit pricey. It's about $14. But if you wait for a buy one, get one half off sale at Ulta like they're having right now with NYX, you can get this, you know, buy one and get the other one half off. And so that takes me to my next one. It is the Hydra Touch, which is in the same line, the Hydra Touch Oil. It's the same line as this one. It's NYX, of course, and you can get one and the other one half off right now. This is a really good oil and is, of course, very hydrating. It is a dupe for this Matchbox Photo Finish Primer Oil. It is a dupe for that. It is very good. It's very hydrating, and of course, you know, primer is so important. I never used to use primer, and now I find that it makes such a difference in my makeup. It just makes a difference. I have this primer on today. I've had this makeup on since 9 this morning, and it is almost 6 in the afternoon. So very good primer, very hydrating. It makes you look pretty. It just gives you that luminosity. Okay, for foundation, I find that the Healthy Elixir from the Vitalist Healthy Elixir from CoverGirl, this was in a lot of people's favorites this year, and I was actually kind of surprised because I don't hear a lot of people talking about this. Like, I don't hear a lot of people, when it first came out, I do have a review on this, I will link it up. I really loved it from the time it came out. I have like BB creams, like I have the new Rimmel foundation. I also have a video on that, I will link it. It's very nice, it's dewy, I don't want to say dewy, it's hydrating, and I also have the Hydra Boost by Neutrogena. It's a good one as well, but I find that those are more on the BB cream type of coverage, light to buildable medium. This one is a straight up foundation, medium to high medium coverage, and I think it's very dewy, it's very healthy like it claims, and it just makes you look hydrated, and believe me, take it from me, I have super dry skin. I have a video talking about that. I will also link it either here or down below, but this foundation is a lifesaver. I am almost done with it, and I have a backup, of course. Okay, so let's move on to concealer. For concealer, I think that the Naked Skin from Urban Decay, and I am totally running out. I have a small size of it that I want to finish up before I buy a new one. I think this one is such a hydrating, really nice concealer, especially for girls like me that have really dry under eye. You know, if you moisturize, even when I moisturize and, you know, just do the whole thing under my eyes with eye cream and all that, I have to go in with a hydrating concealer or it will cake up on me. It will look really dry and not good. I don't have this one on today. I have another one on today, but I think this one is very hydrating, very good. And the counterpart, the drugstore counterpart to that, is the Better Skin from Maybelline. I have two because I have one in medium and one in light, one to conceal and the other one to highlight. And I like these as well, very hydrating. Very easy to blend, and when you blend them out, they still look not tacky and wet looking, but just hydrated and pretty. So I like that as a hydrating one. And when you use all these products together, you'll see that the end result is going to be something, or products like these, it's going to be something that is hydrated, that looks healthy, that looks glowy, even when you have super dry skin like mine. Okay, let me move on for under eyes. And to set that under eye, let's talk about a powder. Yes, this is the Wet n Wild contouring palette. This is famous. It's all over the place in YouTube. I use the one in Dulce de Leche. Is that right? Yes, I use the one in Dulce de Leche, and I hit a really bad pan. I have a backup. But this is the silkiest powder. It really goes head to head with high-end products, and I really love it. It's silky and it's matte. It's not that it's matte, it's just, I mean, it's a powder, but when you swatch it, when you put it on, it just looks silky under the eye. It's never going to look matte in a drying kind of matte way. It's just going to look silky. So that's why I call it a hydrating powder, even though it's not. It's just not going to suck the life out of your under eye. So I love it for setting my under eye. Okay, let me see. I have the new Milani one that I was trying out, but this I think is just it says that it is a Prep Set and Glow Illuminating Translucent Powder. And I find this powder to be just so thin. It goes on matte. It's not, I don't know. I bought it. I saw Emily Noel recommending this, and anything she recommends I go out and buy, but for me it's just not working the way I wanted it to. When I set my under eye with the Milani one, not a good deal. It does look very drying. Okay, for setting the face, again, this is not sponsored, I promise. For setting the face, the Wet n Wild one, I had major pan, I have a backup for this too, is the Photo Focus pressed powder, and I use it in, what is this? Warm beige? Yeah, warm beige. I use it in warm beige. I think this is one of those powders that is going to set your face, but again, it's not going to suck the life out of your face. I just did a video on overhyped products, and I put on there the Laura Mercier translucent powder. That one sucks the life out of my face and under my eyes. I don't know, it's good, but I prefer this $5 one over the $38 Laura Mercier one, because I think it does not take away from the luminosity that you just tried to do with the primer and the foundation. It just sets, but it doesn't mattify to the point where you are a desert. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, next up, I am going, speaking about eyes, let me go to eyes. This is the Essence I Love Color eye primer. And again, my dry skin is real, and my dry eyelids are real too. So when I use this, it is an illuminating primer. It is, it will cover some veining if you have any veining. I have really pigmented eyelids, so it covers that. So I have a blank canvas to start. My eyeshadow on that, it shows up. This is like $3 or $4 at Ulta or Target, and it is one of the best primers that I've used. It illuminates, it hydrates your eyelids, and your eyeshadow looks vibrant and not creasy, and it doesn't fall apart on you. I've had this eyeshadow on since, let me look at it. Yeah, I've had this eyeshadow on since, like I said, I haven't said it, but I've had this eyeshadow on since like 9 this morning, and it is after 6 in the afternoon, and it looks pretty, and it is this primer. Okay, let's move on. I have for the under eye. For the under eye, again, I sound like a broken record, but dry under eye. So, and also my dark circles are very, very real, very real. You can see them from far away. So I use the Becca Under Eye Corrector. People either love this or hate this, but I don't find that it is that peachy salmony color. I don't find that it is super coverage. So you're gonna put this on and your and your circles are gonna be gone. No, but it does cover. It does cover. It's not, you don't have a lot of buildup. You don't have like a thick layer to put on your concealer, because on dry skin that will cake and it will look bad. But it does add that corrector factor. It will add that so that you have a better time covering your dark circles, and it hydrates your under eye, or at least it does to mine. Every time I put this on, I feel like, yes, it looks luminous, it looks hydrated, it's not clinging to dry patches, and I love it. It's expensive, it's $32, and for the longest time I had a little sample that came with something else, or I bought something and it came with a little sample. I swear I used that for a year before I ran out. This will last forever. And then when you put the concealer on top and then you set your concealer, notice that you're putting corrector, concealer, and setting it. And for dry under eye, you need to be careful so that it doesn't look all wrinkly. So these products, for me, they have worked. If you have any products that have worked for your dry under eye, please leave a comment below. Please tell me what you do, how you prep and prime, because I'm always on the hunt for new things. So comment down below. All right, moving on for bronzer. I think that everybody and their mom had this in their favorites, but it truly is something that for dry skin, for my dry skin, has worked so well, and it is the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. This is the one in Sunkissed. I just got this, yesterday or the day before. I had, they had two shades before they came out with these two new ones. They had bronzer and light bronzer. So I used bronzer because it was the darkest shade that they had, and it actually works on my skin. I have to build it up a little bit, but it looks pretty. It looks so pretty. I've had major pan on that one, and I have a backup. But when I got this one, I'm like, oh, it is the one I am wearing today. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And on dry skin, it just glides. It glides. I have, right here, I don't put bronzer right here, but just this whole patch that it gets dry. And this goes on like literal butter, hence Butter Bronzer. It's perfect. I really like it for dry skin. It is, and this one in Sunkissed gives a glow. It's not shimmery, it's not glittery, it's not a luminous bronzer they don't claim to be, but it does. It just gives you that sun-kissed look. And oh my gosh, and it smells like a beach in heaven. Oh yes. Okay, for blush, I have a couple, and I'm gonna go through this fairly quickly. I have the Ombre Blush by It Cosmetics, and I have an It Cosmetics review, and I'll link it up here. This blush, I only have one of these blushes, this one. This one is in Sugar Plum. It's the one that I love. And I love it because when you swirl your brush, notice that it is ombre. It goes from dark to light, and you can use this one alone as a highlighter, and you can use this one alone as a blush. But when you swirl your brush and you put it on the apples of your cheek, oh my gosh, it just gives you that luminous, hydrated, healthy look. And I really love it without overdoing it. I really love it because it just looks like you have I don't want to say a wash because it's not super subtle. You can build it up, but it just looks like the sun rays are hitting you and you are illuminating. It's so pretty. And that's what we're going for, right? Our hydrated, healthy glow to the skin. I don't like to say wet glow because I don't like to look wet. I like to look healthy, glowy, and luminous. And with dry skin, that can be difficult. Okay, I also have the Satin Touch blushes by Essence. These blushes are so good. They are a couple of dollars at Ulta or Target. That's where I've seen them. They are satiny touch. They are satin. And when you put them on, these are matte. These are not like this one that has, that luminous thing going on. These are matte. But when you put them on, I have the one in coral, satin coral, and this other one is in satin love. And I love both of them. I think for the price, you cannot beat it. It goes head to head with some of my high-end ones. I think these two blushes are just so, so pretty. This one is a little bit, which one is it? The Satin Love. Yeah, this one is a little bit too much my skin tone, but this one is so, so pretty on me. And I recommend it for dry skin because even though it's matte, it is that satin look to your face. And this is sort of like a wash of color, and it just feels like you have cheeks that are that color, just naturally. Okay. Highlighter can be tricky on dry skin because a lot of people talk about highlighters on like oily skin and you know, skin that has large pores and texture, and they're like, oh, be careful because, you know, a highlighter can accentuate that, but a highlighter can also accentuate dry patches, dry skin, you know, texture, anything that you have, you know, if you have wrinkles or something around that area where you put your, on the forehead where you put your highlighter, a highlighter can accentuate on dry skin as well. So I found that this highlighter, the Master Chrome from Maybelline, the one in molten rose gold, guys, the one in molten rose gold, the one in molten gold I have as well, and I don't like it. Every time I put it here, well, I was very like about that. It's not that I don't like it, I hate it. Is that I prefer this one much more than the other one. The other one is molten gold, like I said, and when I put it on, it accentuates. If I have anything dry going on here, it's going to accentuate it. This one is not. This one is silky butter. This one I absolutely love. This one I absolutely love because I put it on, and this is the one I have on today. And this will just look, it will mesh with your blush, and it just looks beautiful. It's pink, but it doesn't go on pink. It goes on as a, I don't know, I say glowy, I don't want to say pink because it doesn't look pink. It just looks luminous and glowy. How many times am I going to say luminous and glowy in this video, right? I mean, take a drink of your Diet Coke every time I say glowy, luminous, and hydrating on this video. But it's true. So this one is beautiful. The one in molten gold, I wouldn't recommend for dry skin. I mean, if you like it and you love it and it works for your dry skin, please let me know down below. And if you have a trick to make it work on dry skin, please, I will try it. Believe me, I will try that. Okay, the last thing I have, and actually I totally forgot and I left it downstairs, but I will put a picture up. I just bought the new Bold Obsessions from Milani. The new palette is the one I have on today. And guys, I just did a video on the 5 palettes that I think, my unpopular opinion on these 5 very popular palettes. And I think that eyeshadow, we don't think about eyeshadow for dry skin, but some formulas are drier than others, and some formulas will skip on your dry eyelids and will accentuate dry patches on your eyelids. So, you know, I have to think about that because of my dry everything on my face. So I bought that new palette, and oh my gosh, it is, I think, so good for dry eyelids. Of course, I used the Essence Primer, which is that hydrating that I just talked about. But this has been on for hours. It has not creased. I mean, the formula of the shadow, of course, has a lot to do with it. And I think those shadows are very creamy. And I might just do a video on eyeshadows that I think are good for dry eyelids. If you want that, please let me know down below. And I will for sure do that video on eyeshadows that I think are best for dry eyelids. Because I have tested quite a few shadows in my lifetime, and not everything is created equal for these dry eyelids. Okay, so last thing is of course lipstick. And You wouldn't believe how many times I'm gonna say dry in this video, but I have, this lipstick. Okay, I have really, really dry lips. Like if you look on my nightstand right now, there are 3 EOS lip balms. I have them all over. I have them in my pockets, in my jackets. I have them in my purse. I have them everywhere because I cannot live without lip balm because my lips will get dry like that. It will get chapped like that. They will just, oh. So, lipstick, the Infallible Pro Matte Gloss. Don't be fooled by that matte thing. Yes, they are matte, but they are transferable. They don't dry down to a super dry matte. And they are so comfortable on the lips. So comfortable. So they're called the Infallible Pro Matte Gloss. And I have Instatement Nude, I have Bare Attraction, and I have Nude Allude. Yeah, Nude Allude. And these are so good for my dry lips. They are. So if you want a matte lip, but you have dry lips, these are very, very good. I'm gonna be swatching all 3. They are really, really, really good. And so this is a good alternative for when you want a matte, you know, like a liquid. These are not liquid lipsticks, but because they don't dry, they do transfer. But this is a good alternative if you want that matte lip, but you don't want that drying sensation of the liquid lipsticks, you know. And for gloss, because again, not all glosses are created equal. Some of them can be, I don't know, they can run all over the place and not be good. But a hydrating one that I found, this is really cheap. It is from Essence. It's the Shine Shine Wet Look Lip Gloss. I love this lip gloss. It's the one I had. It's kind of been wearing off, but it's the one I have today. And it's not gloppy, it's not goopy. It's shiny, it hydrates. It doesn't run all over the place. It's not gonna run outside of your lip line. It is so good, and it is like $3. I am not a huge gloss fan. I am not. I don't know, I'm just not a huge gloss fan, but this I love. And I also got a new one from Dose of Colors that I'm still testing out. I've worn it like 2 times. And I love it. I mean, that's my opinion right now. That might change, but I really like it. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and comment, and remember to stay joyfully beautiful. I will see you on my next video. Bye-bye.